Hello, all. Greetings, blessings to the universe. It's been a while since our last meeting. Yeah, tonight is, of course, I forgot to put in the description of how to submit a question, but you can go to ivanteller.com and you can find there's a submission form there. Of course, I forgot to add that, but seeing how I'm reading all these from December, it's gonna be a while, so it shouldn't be that hard to find. Um, I have some announcements, but not right now. Well, there's a couple of things going on, but I'll make individual videos of those. But I do want to. I already did this already, but I'm going to do a separate video on it. But I'm going to do a little bit of a shout out. Hope I'm going to the right place. New T-shirts have been added to the shop. Of course, we added a couple more. We Are Spirit shirts. And there's a different designs of We Are Spirit. I'll go into more into details of these. Also have a new Weirin shirt. I'm not too sure if I'm totally in love with this one, but somebody might like them. I'm going a couple more details. I'm working on more feline shirts. Those should be a couple of days, maybe. This is the new Syrian shirt. That is awesome. And this is We Are Spirit again. Yeah, I love this. And here's the Octurian shirt from a while ago. Yeah, those are great. This is the Archangel Michael script. There's the Syrian again. Yeah, I'm not too in love with this one, but somebody might connect to it. There's our lovely Mantis. Gotta love them. There's the Weirin shirt. Yeah, sometimes with artists, they just have no idea what I'm talking about, but that one's not too bad. It's different. There's another Weirin where they kind of went in their own direction. And here's the Zeta. I might have some more Zeta shirts also. We'll see how things go. So I wanted to put that out there. You'll find those in the description below. More is coming. The We Are Spirit campaign, I'll go into more details in a future video. So, you submitted questions, I have answers, hopefully. We'll see. We'll see how that goes. Blessings to all. Thank you for submitting, always. You can always submit for free, and I'll get to them as soon as I can. I'm just, we're lucky you even have this. I haven't done this in months, so now we started back up for the last couple months, couple of weeks. And so it seems to be going well, so I hope to catch up. We'll see. I'm on part-time, but it's more like full-time still. It's kind of hard to get time off, but we're slow right now, so anyway, it all depends on how many sessions I get during the week where I can get off from work. Anyway, I'm still figuring it out, so anyway, blessings all. Thank you for submitting, and our first question is Special T. What ETs are sexually compatible with humans? One moment. Let me open up my spirit world first. I already did that earlier today, a few minutes ago, but let's connect again. Zeta Gray. Of course, they have to have genitals to do that, but Zeta, some Arcturians, but they have to be more humanoid and closer to our DNA source, but there are some that are. Yeah, Yell. Yeah, they keep saying Arcturian. I want to say Anunnaki, but I don't think so anymore. One time, yes. No. Pleiadian, not anymore. At one time, it was Pleiadian. Some Syrians, mostly Pleiadians, have evolved from us. There's a possibility of some, but anyway, thank you for. Yeah, no, Zeta. That one's a weird one because they're not really. I guess they find a way. They just get a robot to do it. I'm not sure what that means. Oh, I don't know if this is a question. Nope. Obviously, I didn't look at these before I. So I'm just running through the image. Oh. Okay, we're having a kind of a quiet start. Just on some elevator music. By the time I find a question I can actually answer. Okay, here we go. I don't have the name of this person, but it doesn't really matter. Subject: energy boundaries. My name is Liz. Yes, the phenomenon of energies is deflection is something I've had to deal with. Okay, I'm not making any sense. Some therapies and can channel it. Okay, this is like a book. Where's your question? I thought there was a question here, but it doesn't seem like there is one. I'm trying to find it here. I would recommend. Okay, this is not a question really. This is more like telling me how to do stuff, or I'm not sure what that was about. Okay, here's an interesting one. Question from Stacy about Machu Picchu. It would be great to have someone who lived in Machu Picchu to come through and describe what it was like to live there. One moment. I can remember what it looks like. It's been a while. That's what I thought. It's been a while. From what I get, it's very rainy. From what they're saying, the first thing that came through was very rainy. All right, 1 second. A lot of Arcturians in that area at that time. Yes, Arcturians are helping with their structure of their. That's why it was so high up, connecting to spirits. So you're not low down. You're not. You're not at our vibration right now. You're high up, so it's easier to connect to spirit. Meaning, not to say you have to be high up to do it, but as the world and its chaos, you're away from it, so you're above it. Also, a lot of carrion being, the carrions, the hawks, the hawk energy. There's different types of bird people that were connected to the Machu Picchu also, and they spoke to them. There's a whole They can see from what I'm gathering the aliens pretty clearly, and spirit very clearly. They're like the Native Americans here. Not always though. Near the end, it kind of fell apart. But in the beginning, they were very close to spirit. And at that altitude, they just knew what they were doing, from what I'm gathering. They knew how to build these structures. They just knew what they were doing. They just had to. They were connected to spirit, so there was no difficulties there. And their souls were pure. But after over a long time, you know how it goes. It kind of went down the hill, as we are right now, to some degree. That's the best. Yeah, that's enough of an idea. Oh, be right with you. Oh, yeah. Some of these are like really long. it's like it's like keep it to like 2 words or a sentence. To shit. Question from Zach. My mom. Her name is Jackie, and her highest self is Zachariah. Does she have any messages for me? Does she have any messages for my dad? It is, yeah. They say first thing that came through, and they say stay tuned in. Listen to your heart. Sometimes you listen to your mind too much where you get misdirected. You also seem to be, you get busy with things that are not important. But only because you're becoming misguided by some of your guides. But not to worry, that has been, they're still working that out from what they're saying. I can't read out all this. I can only answer one of these. There's like 3 questions here. Only that your spirit energy is still being cleared out. Yeah, there's a lot of beings there that are misdirecting you from what it seems. And on the other side, it's kind of chaotic in some regard, sometimes. Because some of them think they know what's best for you. And you're not always listening to the one that's there for you. So others have been chiming in. So I'm not sure if you're going to be seeing this anytime soon, but to focus on what you want is what they're saying. So thank you for your question. Question from Sheer. How to improve my channeling? I started channeling 2 months ago. Of course, this is in December. Through a channeling course I took, I'm very pleased with the state where I am, but I feel that I have trouble letting go mostly. Archangel Michael will assist you with this. In your meditation, ask for Michael to come through. He will assist you in this. Just call on his energy, and he will know what to do. You have a close relationship with Michael, so you will be directed in the right place. Practice makes. No, I'm still practicing. I guess you can look at it. Just call on his energy. I believe you. Call on his energy. That's all I can. They just keep saying it over and over and over. So, okay. Thank you for your question. This is a question from Zeta Gray 1218. Yes. I saw an alien on my stairs. That paralyzed, and you can tell me more about this. I think I already answered this. That was a Palladian. It seems to be moving in different dimensions when you did that. When that was happening, you were moving in different dimensions. That's why you were paralyzed. You were connecting to them in astral, and you're actually having a conversation with them, from what I'm gathering. But you don't not remember it. There's a good reason for not remembering it. I have to say it was bad. Thank you for your question. Question from Devin. Where am I from? I'm glad this is a galactic. Whoa, interesting. Mantis. Yep. From Orion. A lot of beings originate from Orion. It almost feels like Orion is just, many universes connect to Orion that enter into this one. I know it sounds strange, but Orion plays a big part in our universe's evolution. And that has not been said, apparently. I know there's different star systems. Obviously, Orion plays a huge role in our evolution, but also others. But it's not always spoken like that, because others disagree with it, but that's okay. Thank you for your question. Yeah, this. I don't know what the question is here as well. The question from Hannah. Question from Hannah about the channeling request, the Spider Collective. I was just wondering why people are scared of spiders. Okay, one more moment. They will come in a future channeling, from what they're saying. A future, I'm not sure. I think I connected them in the past. It's been a while. They will come through a future channeling webinar or something around those lines. They're a part of the Earth's evolution. Insectoids played a big part. The spiders played a part in the evolution of keeping nature alive. They're just part of its evolution. They're not going into detail. Seeding it, and all the insectoids are seeding it. They have a way of connecting to Mother Earth that you cannot see physically to help Mother Earth grow. They're almost like it's information. All the insectoids and us, we're all gathering information no matter where we are in the world, and it's all being fed into Mother Earth. As for why we are scared of spiders, some aren't. Most are. Galactic wars mostly. Many do not have many good histories with insectoids because they're very aggressive. They thought the reptilians are bad. In many ways, the insectoids are far worse because there's more of them. They can reproduce quicker. They can die easier too, but when you're dealing with like 1 million of them, yeah, they can reproduce pretty fast. So it's like you might knock out a lot of their fleet, but they can just keep piling them on, sending them over. It's the same thing for their alien race too. Now it's changed a lot since then. Now they are more humanoid. But interesting. So people that kill them, they're more than happy to kill them because they've had lifetimes with that. There's a lot of connections with killing insects. It's like, oh, there's an ant, just bash them. But it's because it comes from a galactic history. That's why. And of course, then there's also past lives and stuff like that where ants are just freaking getting in your face and just like, okay, you guys gotta go. So there's that too. So there's that, and our human conditioning. There's a lot to this. There's a lot. So in our way of life, how it's so perfect and everything. Yep. Same person keeps asking. 1 second. We're getting somewhere. Thank you for your question. I can't read that. Yeah, I don't know who that is. And 1 second. This one I'll have to look into. Yeah, it's not important. Can't answer all the questions. Some are just, let's see here. No, sure, ask a question. Now I understand this is from December. Question from Mia. This is a good one. Channel request, Bernie Sanders. I was wondering if you'd like to channel Bernie Sanders' higher self. That's great. Sure, why not? Yeah, he's a good guy. He knew he wasn't going to win against Hillary, but he might as well give her a fair fight. He is a good guy, but he knew there was no chance in hell he was going to win because of the corruption in Hollywood. It's Hollywood and Washington. Well, what's the difference? Not much. It's all celebrity ego and all that. So he's a good guy. He just knew. I mean, he wasn't really technically planning on winning because he knew the corruption. I think he's going to retire soon. He's had enough, but he's glad he can have this stage where he can say his word, and he's thanking everyone for allowing him to. Yeah, he's too good of a guy to be in that position. That's what I'm talking about. This whole thing with Donald Trump. It's like, come on, if you're going to go for president, most likely, very sold your soul to the devil. I'm not saying it's that, but come on. But as for Bernie Sanders' higher self, yeah, maybe during a webinar I might do that. Well, it's been logged, so Spider Collective, I've connected them before, but we'll see. Bernie Sanders. That was pretty much. I know this might be slightly vague, but we'll see. Thank you for your question. No. Be right with you. We'll find a question. We're just hunting. A question from Paul. Channel request brother just passed away named Cody. And I believe he is an angel incarnated. Was his death part of his soul contract? Yes. Any messages? One moment. Well, hopefully you can see this. Yes, he's doing fine. It was part of his soul contract. Family, don't worry about him. But they have a lot of healing to do on their own without him around. They have a lot of lessons that they didn't need him around for. This is a lesson for them to take care of themselves, to look more into each other. They're not doing that. They're always looking out. This gives them a way of looking in, finding spirit. That was pretty much, there's more to it than that, but that's the short version of it. It's to cherish life, but also to see that you're more than just this physical form. It was part of an awakening process. I'm not sure how far it went, though. He's assisting with them in their awakening, actually. Yes, it did, and yes, it did. There's still a lot of skepticism there. Yeah. Skepticism. I understand that. Skepticism of your own self. That is very understandable. Those days are coming to an end. We're in the beginning of the end of that skepticism. I believe so. It's going to take a while, but those days are coming. Those days are over. As for not believing in who you are, yeah, well, that's being unmasked as we speak. So thank you for your question. I know that was kind of vague, but that's all they felt. That's all you needed. So thank you for that. Question from Jean. Channeling Carol. My sister Carol died unexpectedly in February 2014, like a message from her. Yeah, she did not. That was not a soul contract for her. One moment. That was it was time for her to go, but it feels like she got yanked out. Meaning work was needed. She was needed on the other side. I know that sounds very strange, but her time here was over. It wasn't part of her soul contract, but from what I'm gathering, it got altered. And that's why it was unexpected. But she agreed to it, but it was still very not easy. Well, she's already done everything. There could have been more to do in her life, but it was technically not. Most of it has been. She can do it somewhere else if she didn't finish. What she didn't finish here could be settled somewhere else. But she was needed on the other side. Her input. There's more to it than that, but she made a decision to cross over, so that was part of. It was altered. So technically, it was part of her soul contract, but that wasn't the long term. It was recently altered during that time, right before it. They say June, but not of that year. But one moment. They said a decision was made in June, and that happened in February. So she had some time to settle her, do what she needed to get done. Now, consciously, she had no idea. Somewhat. not really. Sometimes you know, sometimes you don't. Sometimes they do know. There's a lot of questions here, and I'm not sure if I'll get through them. Ooh, there's a lot here. Oh, and I'm in January, if anyone's wondering. Hope I didn't read all these already. So, okay, question from Raven. Channel requests Archangel Michael, Gabriel, and any other light beings. She has a lot of questions here. I'm going to skip some. What talents do I have, and how could I use them? That's for you too. That's for you to discover. So they won't answer that. It's letting you be on that road. Will my love interest RP and I be back together? Will my love interest RP and I get back together or married? See, I know this is an old question. I'm not going to answer that either. What plan I was supposed to fulfill or do? They're not answering that either. You know what? You're not getting many answers here today. This is any other. Okay, this is number. She has like 6 questions here. Any other information I need to know at this point in my life? Yes, you have a lot of lessons to learn. There's many times in your life you feel like you're ready to. You feel like I want to say end it in some regard. That's from what I'm gathering. I feel like life is pointless at times. But that tells you how many lessons you have to learn. You're kind of giving up too soon in some regard. Yes. So keep on going. The more you feel, now this is a lesson for anybody. Anyone that feels like life isn't worth it, it's time to leave. That means you got a long ways to go, first off. And you have a lot to learn because that's not what this place is about. This place isn't about, this place sucks, let's just get out of here. It's not about that. It's about fulfilling yourself and others and accomplishing what you feel like you need to accomplish. If you just want to throw it all away and kick the bucket, you're just trying to end your contract sooner than it needs to be. So continue on, positive. Mood swings I see. Obviously, well, who doesn't have that? But just have more of a positive outlook, and just life is a discovery, and it's for you to discover it. Many things are hidden around you, but you need to go on take risks, do what you feel fulfills you. You will find what you're looking for in life. Ooh, I don't know how to answer this. I don't know how to read the. I can't read the name of this. YAKKOV. The Righteous. First contact. I heard that 2020 is the last date for the first contact between this government and our planet and the planet. I believe that's what that says. And the ETs. Can someone give an opinion? 2020. There's different dates. I'm given possibly. As for governments, no, those can always be changed and extended. Those are always changed and extended, always. As for first contact 2020, it's funny. I do feel something in 2017. Others have mentioned this. Yeah, 2017, maybe the end. Some of others have already said this. The end of this year, possibly at the end of this year, we'll have some sort of alien ruckus going on. Now, we've had this here and there, but it hasn't been reported. But at the end of this year is a possibility of an alien, not invasion, but presence. That'd be pretty heavy here. Possibly. In 2017, there seemed to be opening up the floodgates, at least to their existence here. Now, all of this is all probable. The possibility of all this. So, it's interesting. It's a possibility. Like what Bashar said, everything's going to change. And yes and no. Depends. Some might see it and shrug it off, and others say, yeah, this is it. So, okay, thank you. Blessings. I'm not sure if I can read all this. Okay. Question from Ben. This might be the last one. Kind of tired. Maybe they'll do one more. Question from Ben. Channel request Joshua. From my understanding, Joshua is a past incarnation of Jesus. Was the Lord of War during the exodus of Hebrews from Egypt and Moses' successor after his death? I don't think so, but Joshua had a lot of Yeshua's energy. And he said it doesn't really matter, but the energy was there. So technically, yes and no. Yes, as for he was getting Yeshua's help in all of this. So, yes, and I mean, from having this type of energy from Yeshua, in some ways that is a yes. But also, a past incarnation of Jesus. As I said, I think it still has the energy of Joshua, but he did have the energy from Yeshua. So there's a lot of assistance there. Oh, I can't go into all this. My energy's down. There's a lot of more detail here than wants to go into. That's for others to discover. Yeah, it's like I can go on that one. Well, I'll give you an idea of what the question is, but I'm too tired to answer it. I would love to know more about the lessons he had learned during that lifetime, understanding about spirituality, his interactions with ETs and spirits, and why were the lessons important for his incarnation as Yeshua. So others might read that differently, as that was Joshua. I don't think it was, but that was many lessons were learned. That's for sure. That's for somebody else to answer. It's not my area. No, I can't answer that one. Okay, this is where we're gonna end out. There's others here, but Okay, I'm gonna Gremsman 11. This is a question from Gremsman 11. Channel request William Shakespeare. What was the connections to spirits, angels, and ETs while he was incarnated? And what is his advice about writing while channeling and being passionate about writing? Well, first off, he was always meant to be William Shakespeare. That was already done. He's an Arcturian energy. He connected to the Pleiadians a lot. He said something about the North Pole. The elementals that goes into Agartha. He says he connected to the North Pole, which is a doorway into Agartha. So he connected to much of that as for some of his plays. A lot of elemental energies around him. The fairies. The wood elves. Very powerful with him. Very powerful. Angels, all the angelic angels. His own angels, yes. Also, of course, his angels are actually his guides, which is we all already have, which has not been totally. One thing about the angels around us have not been totally revealed of their work with us. That will be coming to a future channeling. They're already working on me on that one. He definitely worked with the angels to protect himself from others because his life was came close to death a couple of times, more than a few times. Those weren't not exactly easy days. And as for spirits, other writers also before his time. It said something about Dante. Dante during his time period? I don't think so. I don't know history all that well. Dante was, I think, before. Yeah. He connected to Dante's energy, though. Interesting. Yeah, because I know Michelangelo did too. So Dante was very busy, if I'm reading that right. Died 1321. I hope this is the same one that wrote the Inferno. Or is this somebody totally different? I'm pretty sure. Yeah, Divine Comedy. Yeah, yep. So Dante was a big influence. The Greek playwrights definitely also them. Mostly Dante. And a lot of it has to do with his past life connections. He was channeling a lot of his past lives on Palladian worlds, where he was a male and a female. Where he was a male and female at once at the same time. He was connecting to that. Who hasn't connected to that? Who hasn't had that? Yeah, where you have a male when you're male and female and you have at the same time. But some have had that, and they actually have a relationship together. That's some of his. I don't know if that's in his writings too, like twin flame and stuff like that. Some of that is. So anyway, that is that. Thank you for joining us. I think that left off pretty well. So thank you for your questions. You always go to ivanteller.com and submit a question. We are now in January, so we might catch up in December. So anyway, blessings all. Have a couple more videos after this, a couple more channelings. Might be of interest of sleep paralysis. If I have enough energy, I'll connect with that. So that came up as a question. And one other question that came up about where do souls come from? That's a question for the Prime Creator. So that's going to come up also. So thank you all. Obviously, you can, on the website, you go to private sessions and you can order a question also there. Or you can go to world, you can order that supports everything here. And you go to World Origins and submit a question there. That should be pretty easy to find, hopefully. You see Ivan Teller taking questions. I haven't answered those yet. I've answered one, but I'm getting there. So much love to all of you. Thank you. And thank you for your support. And there are private sessions. We're working on many things behind the scenes that are being slowly made public. So much love. Thank you. And more to come.